Hello everyone, this is the Undying Nephilim, and I am going to show the faction overhaul for the Lizalfos in this video. One of my favorite factions from the game, probably because I'm a big fan of reptilian creatures. They're, in most video games, or anything that lets you play as reptiles, they usually gravitate towards my favorite. But anyway, as far as changes for this faction, there's not nearly as many as the Deku Scrubs. Most of their units are the same as they were in older versions. They have a few new additions though, but most of their units just received a big visual overhaul. They all have new models, and their stats have been tweaked a bit, although not perfectly yet. But anyway, let's see if I can find one of their new units. These are new Lizalfos. They technically were in the older one, but they were this unit right here next to them, which are the Lizalfos. And in the old version, these guys basically were able to shoot out fireballs from a distance, and then they'd close in for a melee attack. But that has been shifted over to the Lizalfos, which, as I said, they shoot out fireballs at enemies, and then when they get close enough, they charge into melee with their axes. The Lizalfos, which are based off of the Skyward Sword designs, now they actually spit out poison. These poison globs at the enemy, and that's actually one of the main features for the Lizalfos faction, is they have a sort of poison and disease theme. So like their archers here, which were in the old version, but they got a complete makeover, so they look completely different. They actually shoot out poison arrows too. And same thing with their catapults. Their catapults launch corpses full of diseases and stuff, which they don't do tons of direct damage to the enemy, unless the poor soldier happens to get hit by a corpse. But the radius around wherever the corpse hit, like, poisons enemies and it scares them away, and it can be a pretty good crowd clearer. What other new things do they have? They have one new unit, and I believe it is this one. Yes, the Predators. These are actually basically the first unit that the Lizalfos can train. They're called Predators, and they're based off of the Ocarina of Time designs. And like a lot of the Deku Scrubs and the Sheikah, they can crouch down and hide in foliage and stuff, so the enemy can't see them unless they're moving or running really fast. So they're pretty good ambush units. And what else do they have? I believe that's the only direct new unit they have. All the other units are either their previous ones with a visual overhaul, or they've been tweaked around like these two units that I already showed. All of the Lizalfos heroes are the same. They've gotten a few visual overhauls, including, can't really see him because this guy with all the feathers is in front of him, but there's this Lizalfos hero here that's actually based off of the design for Volga from Hyrule Warriors, so there's that. Here's the Lizalfos with their new look. Although they do look pretty similar to the old models I made for them, except they've been, you know, they're a little bit higher poly and their textures are higher resolution. But then the redone Helmosaurs, they have actually a few new color varieties. In the old version, they were basically just kind of this color right here. They were orangey, and they had white I guess their skulls. I'm not actually sure if their helmets are supposed to be their skulls or if they actually are just something they pick up and put on their head. I guess I gotta come up with a lore blurb about that. But anyway, that is all the new stuff, so let me get everyone in control groups and start up the battle. Get all these guys together. And my catapults, want them in a group. And I'm fighting the Deku Scrubs. So let's see if I can actually mop the floor with stupid bushes. Catapults do some work before I send in all my troops. Actually, let me get my cavalry out here. Yeah, see, they got the corpses. And they are missing quite horribly. They're not even flinching from the corpse. Still need to change those bubbles before I release the new version. Another thing about the Lizalfos that their army has is this stat that's based on the parry from Medieval 2, which I've renamed Nimble Footing. So every single unit that the Lizalfos have actually have this. They have a very high parry rating compared to units from most other factions. So they're actually really good at dodging melee attacks. So even though they're not durable and they don't deal a lot of damage, they can actually avoid damage in a melee a lot better than most other soldiers, because anyone who's familiar with the Lizalfos, they're known for jumping around and dodging attacks in the cannon games. And they also have the Aerofos, which can fly. Always a handy feature. This battle's already devolving into chaos. I haven't been paying attention to where anything is. I still love those P-hats. P-hats are actually pretty bad against beast cavalry, but it looks like they are tearing through my Helmosaurs, so I better get them out of there. Well, they're already retreating, so my cavalry's screwed already. Gonna get my poison Lizalfos to go after these guys. Man, I only started this battle like not even 5 minutes ago, and half my army's in retreat. Although that could be because of the poison effect here. It's working on the Deku too, though, because they're running away from it, so that's handy. I like the disease and poison effects in Medieval 2, they're pretty cool. It looks like both of our armies are retreating. It's like they got together and clashed and we scared each other off. Kind of funny. Yep, their cavalry's broken. My Dark Hammers are still, they aren't retreating yet, so I'm gonna have them go after the P-hats. Oh, the P-hats are actually broken too. They're running away. That's... wow. This might be one of the shortest staged fights I've ever done in this game. That wasn't for like testing purposes. Like, there's my general. General's fine. So my archers are still alive. We have them go after the beetles. Okay, my spearmen are going after the giant beetles, so that's good. Although the beetles just scared them off, so that's not good. Let's get my siege weapons to go after those. Yeah, it looks like both of our armies are completely scattered everywhere. So my guys ran all the way down here chasing away the Deku scrubs. See, the Manhandlas are retreating. I still love those things. I love them. Oh, they spin around. It's pretty great. Let's see, there's their stupid catapults. Looks like I've neutralized those. Yeah, this is gonna be a really quick fight, actually. Kind of disappointed. I'm almost tempted to redo this video, even though it's pretty late. I didn't even get to show these guys using their ranged attack, but oh well. Side note, I always like the little chirpy sounds that the Deku Scrubs made. I've never quite heard a sound like that in any movie or video game. They have a very distinct and iconic sound effect. Not Ubisoft iconic, but I really like the little chirpy sounds the Decker Scrubs make. Very unique sound. Let's see, I haven't won yet, which means there's still plenty to mop up, but our armies are so scattered, I'm not even sure where to begin. Okay, they're running. They're still in the fight. Not for long, though. The morale's wavering. They're retreating. These guys are still... Nope. They were charging back at me, and then they saw the Dark Hammers, and they're like, nope, we're getting out of here. This feels like such a cheap win. I feel like I didn't even really do anything in this fight. Well, their cavalry stopped retreating, so I'm gonna send my Lizalfos after. Oh, there, I won. Alright, well, kind of a disappointing fight. I really felt like I didn't really do anything. I guess I did the important stuff. I showed some of the new units and the new look of the Lizalfos, so that's good. I just wasn't quite as spectacular as some of the other fights I've posted online before, but I guess the purpose of this video wasn't to put on a big, you know, display of the armies clashing, but whatever. Anyway, I hope you guys like the new look of the Lizalfos. I'm going to spend the next week or two, along with some others, fixing up things and getting these two factions to at least work on a basic level, basically making sure that the game runs fine. And then sometime in the next 2 weeks, my patrons will get instant access to the patch with these two overhauled factions. And then, as usual, a month after that, everyone gets this for free, and everyone will get to play as these if they want. So, if you'd like to become a patron, I'll post a link down in the description, or I'll throw it on the screen here. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. Thank you guys for liking the game, and hopefully you'll like these two factions when they release sometime in the next few weeks. Anyway, have a good one.